from Sacramento all the way down to Porterville and beyond if we need to. What I like to do is find experts in fields that we could have on the show and learn something from them, and hopefully our viewers could learn something from them. Our next guest, Barbara Fox, is an expert at quite a few things when it comes to where you're going to live, how you're going to live, what your next step is on where you're going to live, and from owning a home to maybe just we reach that age where we need to let our home go and we want to stay close to our kids and look at different options. And so we asked Barbara Fox to come on and help us work through some of that. Welcome, Barbara.
Hi, Mike. Nice to see you today.
Yeah. We were talking before we came on the air that some of the options people have. And by the way, I hope it's okay to say, Barbara informed me a few minutes ago that I'm a senior citizen and that she's a senior citizen. And we're talking about senior citizens' options in housing. And she says a lot of people are checking out the possibility of a mobile home to maybe as our next home, to maybe stay close to the kids or something like that. Barbara, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm getting a lot of calls from people that as they retire, they don't have the income they used to, but they want to stay near family. So they're looking into possibly moving into a mobile home park. Most of the people that call me, though, they don't know much about it. So I wrote this booklet just so that they could have all the information they need, the pros and cons, how to get a loan, etc., so that they get all the information they need it's one of the considerations for them as they're retiring on one of their alternatives.
Now, by the way, we just had the cover of that booklet up that people could get for free. We're going to tell them how to do that in a few minutes here. But a lot of realtors, they're not in the mobile home business. A lot of realtors don't know much about mobile homes, the pros, the cons, how you purchase, how you finance them, stuff like that. But most realtors will act like they know. But that's why I always say, find an expert on these things, like Barbara Fox. You've helped people move into all kinds of situations. Is that right?
Yes. And they range from, I just mentioned to you, Mike, my husband and I actually sold our homes in the U.S. and moved to Mexico at one time. Mm-hmm. So people are moving out of the state, they're moving out of the country, they're going into ADUs by their families. They're even moving in with family because, their expenses just have risen over what they can afford now. So I'm pretty familiar with all those scenarios, but this is one market niche to me that's underserved.
Yeah.
And that's why I wrote the booklet, because a lot of experienced realtors don't spend their time here because it's not a lucrative place for us, right?
Right.
So a lot of people that are considering this don't get good information.
Yeah. Oh, that booklet is beautiful, by the way. Tell us how they could get a copy of that.
Well, I set up a web page called www.grannystays.com. And if you go to that website and sign up, I promise I will not spam you. I really hate to be spammed myself, so I don't do that to people. But if you go there and sign up, I will send you a free copy. If you wanted to speak to me, you can always do that also. But if you just sign up there, I will send you within a day or two, I'll send you a free copy. And I'd also love feedback. If people read it and they say, this didn't answer my questions, I'd love feedback from people too.
So we have the website on the screen, grannystays.com. That's where they should start, I would imagine.
Yes.
It's
just a simple one page. You give me your information with a promise I won't spam you, and I will send that book out to you.
Can you give us a couple of examples of things people might be surprised to find out about when they have this booklet?
Well, most of the people that call me initially are surprised. They've seen a price of a mobile home online, and they're initially surprised at the fees to stay there. So the lease fees for the property, that's their biggest surprise.
Yeah.
And the next thing is that the mobile home parks are looking at their credit scores. They have to do an application.
Yeah.
And I'll give you one more. And they check their credit rating, they check their income. And the other thing is a lot of people that are looking at new home purchases or first-time buyers, they're hoping to get help with their down payment or their closing cost. Those first-time home buyers loans will not work in a mobile home park.
Ah,
So those are the three. You asked me for two. I gave you three. Those
okay.
are the three most common surprises for them.
Now, I was thinking more about somebody who is, they've hit the point in their life, all their children have moved away, they're raising their own families, and there's often one senior citizen, people our age again, in this big old house, and they have to find their options. And I want to suggest if anybody out there is in that spot, call Barbara Fox. She'll explore things from mobile homes to condos to selling your house, what you could get for your house, what things like that. Tell us about that, your services, Barbara.
Well, I'm a full-scale realtor. I'm working on. I help, of course, people buy and sell their homes. I've also helped some businesses too. I'm looking into one that was overcharged for on their taxes. So I'm actually exploring that with the local tax department on how on earth they evaluated the value of that property.
Yeah.
So I've been around 18 years doing real estate. I have a corporate background originally, so I have a lot of business background besides real estate. And so from selling their homes to moving out of the state, I also have helped people find a good realtor out of the state. I have great loan officers, contractors, etc., that I can help you with.
Yeah. I've been telling young people that, I'm not putting down other realtors, but a lot of realtors, they have a lot of ambition and they just charge right out there. But there's nothing like finding somebody like Barbara Fox who's got a lot of experience in real estate and other business areas for that matter. I know today we're talking about mobile home parks and senior citizens a lot, but you help young people get in their first house too, don't you?
Oh, yes, yes. And that, in fact, I just helped a couple buy a new home up in Davis, California, that had come to the university there to work. And they're a young couple with a couple of young kids. And we looked at a lot of properties, but found one they just loved.
That's great.
So, and one thing I will say, Mike, a little different because as we age, we decide how we'll make money, right? We decide what we'll do to make a living. If you work with me, I don't kick you to somebody that's less experienced.
Right.
You will get my attention, my expertise, and I only work with the clients that I can handle because I don't want to turn them loose on an inexperienced team.
By the way, we do, as I said before, grannystays.com we have on the screen, but I'm going to pop up here some other social media addresses. You're really into all the social media. That's great. Barbara Fox Real Estate is your Instagram. Barbara Fox Real Estate, and Twitter is Barbara Fox at Blue Fox, BLEE Fox.
Yes.
Barbara Fox at Blue Fox. So now, another important thing I have on the screen that a lot of people won't give out these days, I have your phone number right on the screen. I hope that was okay, Barbara.
No, that's absolutely fine. Anybody can look me up.
Yeah.
I'm a long-term realtor. If they want to find that information, they can always call me.
Yeah.
I did want to mention one thing, Mike, and that's ADUs. We didn't talk about that, but I can refer them. I don't handle a lot of those, but I have a company that represents at least 7 different builders that are experts. And
tell our viewers what an ADU is.
Give them their number. Pardon?
Yeah, tell our viewers what an ADU is and who can have that.
Okay, well, California law changed to where if you've got the room for it, you can actually put an accessory dwelling unit on your property. So if you have a parent that doesn't want to go to a mobile home park, but you want them on site, but you want to have separate living conditions, then they can build, either you or they can build an accessory dwelling unit. And if you have the room, you can actually attach a little one to your home too. So there's 2 ways to do it. And there's many, many different styles. The company I work with, they rep 7 different builders, and they sold over 200 of them last year. So they're knowledgeable in California, because that really helps.
So almost anybody could put one on their property if they have the space.
Yeah, the law has changed to where you absolutely can put one on your property now.
And this is the theme I was trying to weave earlier, is that if you have a home and you know you've outgrown it and you got to move on and make some choices, Barbara Fox can explore all this with you, from the ADU to whether you should have a mobile home or where you want your next step to be. So before you sell your house, call Barbara. In fact, she'll help you sell your house, but not till you figure out where you're going to go. She'll take good care of you. What else? We're really out of time, Barbara. I could talk to you all day. I love when you get an expert on the show. What else do you want our viewers to know?
Well, we'll write contracts to protect you. We will not make you homeless. So yeah. As we're doing this, that's one of the other fears of a senior citizen. They want to make all these moves, but they want to be protected.
Yes.
So that they are not ever without a place to be.
Right.
And so we make sure in our contracts that you are in control of the situation, and you will not be put out of your current home until you're ready to make that decision.
Very good. And I'm going to close a little bit here by putting the booklet cover up again. Mobile Home Park Living has things you should know in it. It's a brief discussion. There's things you should know. And if you go to Barbara's website, let me put that up again, the grannystays.com, you could request a copy of the booklet. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Appreciate your time today, Mike.
And we'll have you back on again soon, in a month or so. I love to have experts on, and so our people are well taken care of. Thank you, Barbara, and we'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.